Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Crafty Chemist. Tonight we're having a special live doing our paper pumpkin kit together. So if you have your August 2025 paper pumpkin, get it out and let's put it together. Let's get it off the shelf and into your card rotation. Let me share this to the group real quick. Okay, there we go. Got it shared. It looks very strange on my... I hope I'm going about this. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. So, today we are going to put together the paper pumpkin August 2025, and it's called Farmhouse Florals. So if you have this, I want you to get it out right now. If you're not subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, let me tell you a little bit about it. Paper Pumpkin is a monthly subscription service where Stampin' Up! Sends you a kit like this every month in a nice box like this. And generally it makes cards. This month it makes 3 cards. 3 designs, 3 cards each, so 9 cards total. And so generally it's like that. It's around 9 cards. Sometimes they're 8, like 4 cards of 2 designs or 3 cards of 3 designs. Very rarely it is a non-card project. Like last December, or at least for Christmas, there were little stockings, like these mini stockings that you put together and stamp tags for them. And then I think one time there were treat bags, maybe Halloween there were treat bags, but for the most part, they are a card kit. And you are able to suspend a month. So if you don't like the looks of it, you can suspend it for the month. And I do generally give a preview of the coming month's kit. It is somewhat of a mystery. We don't know, but we have like an image. I know the colors that are involved and a little description, but what the cards actually look like, we don't know. But, you know, you get a good idea, and you can tell if it's a card kit or not a card kit. Okay, next month, just FYI, hey Vicky, next month it is called Fall for Twal, and it does coordinate with a suite that's coming out in the September to December mini catalog. It's a really pretty fall theme, so I know what those papers look like because I do have a catalog. So it's going to be nice. I'll drop a link here so you can see. So that's what's coming up next month. Next month, it will make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with coordinating envelopes. It has metallic foil details and some ribbon trim. The colors are Cajun Craze, which is the Stampin' ink spot that you get. Crumb Cake, Darling Duckling, Early Espresso, Pecan Pie, Timid Tiger. So it's very fall-like with browns. So that's the September kit. Hi, Diana. I usually have a kit together like this every month, because I am of the opinion that we need to make these and get these sent out. There's no point in getting a subscription service and having it sit on your shelf, right? So I like to make mine every month. So that's why I do this. So let me show you what this month comes with. This month is called Farmhouse Florals. And I guess the idea is that it is flowers in unexpected places. I don't know, that's what they said. So like flowers coming out of a typewriter, which is really, really cute. This one doesn't seem so unexpected, although there is a teapot, so maybe that's the unexpected. And then this is like coming out of a bag, but that's kind of the theme. And the colors are Calypso Coral, Darling Duckling, Gray Granite, Lost Lagoon, Pecan Pie, Secret Sea. And so it comes with absolutely everything that you need to make these cards. Adhesive, the envelopes, the ink pad, absolutely everything. So it is perfect for a, what do I want to say, like a new card maker, a new stamper, but also somebody who wants to make homemade cards, but doesn't want to have like whole huge scrap room, you know, with a whole bunch of supplies. This is like you get the kit, you use most everything in the kit, and then, you know, you move on. You don't have a lot of stuff that you need to store. So let's see what this one comes with. As I showed you, there's three, hi Dee, there's three designs. The one with the bag, the one with the typewriter, and then the one with the teapot. You get some twine, which I love this. Usually there's some left over that I use in other projects. You got some dimensionals. You get all of the cards or envelopes. And what I love about the paper pumpkin is that the envelopes are always decorated. So it will have either, like this one has a design on the flap. Sometimes there is a design inside, like an insert. They call it something, I don't know, but it's got an insert there. Or sometimes there's a design on the front, like there'll be stamped images or something, like flowers or something, you know, here. So always beautifully decorated envelopes. And then here's the card bases. So there are some, you know, usually they're printed with something and then you decorate on top of them. So you got three of the bag ones. And this paper is like, I don't know if it's like called Naturals, but it almost looks like handmade paper. It's got a little bit of flecks of color in there, like somebody made it. Those are supposed to be there. Just FYI. Okay, these ones look, I just said everything comes usually with decorated, but this one is just the, and here you can kind of see a little bit of the specs on it. And then these ones, I like these ones with a typewriter. Got some, it looks like sentiment little pieces you'd stamp on, and then there's some die cut kind of things. This is pretty. This probably goes on the one that's pretty blank, and then other things that you pop out. So it usually comes with things like this. It does. There's some things in here still. Oh, I've been looking for my bone folder. I recorded a video yesterday and I mentioned that I can't find my bone folder, so. Okay, it comes with, and this one actually came with a bonus stamp set. Normally it comes with one stamp set, but this one has a bonus, so that was good. And I'll show you what these look like because it's hard to see that. They always send a little sheet like this that has the images, so the teapot with the flowers, the sentiments are, "You're simply the best. Thank you for your constant friendship and listening ear." That's beautiful. "Always here for you, for a great friend." And then the bonus one is, "For you, thank you. Just a note, you are loved, to say forever your friend, hello. And then good friends are hard to find. I'm so glad we found each other. And then the Stampin' Spot this time is called Secrecy. So you always get a stamping spot. Next month is Cajun Craze. So I really built up my Stampin' Up colors with these spots. So that's another benefit of having the paper pumpkin. Okay. So let's see. Has anybody made theirs already? Dee, did you make yours? I thought I remember Julie saying something like you got yours out or something. About the stamping block. With your first paper pumpkin order, you get a block, and then you don't get any for the rest of the time. You need to use the one that you already have. So, okay. Let's see, let's start with card number 1. Okay, you are loved. So that must be on the inside. Okay, so you stamp on the inside. You are loved, I'm assuming. Fold it over and then stamp these little kind of fleur-de-lis things and onto the card. Stamp thank you onto that little piece. And then put those on the card front. Okay, looks pretty easy. We can do this. And I think that, I was going to check this, I think that the refills are available. I'm going to check. Some of the refills, I don't know if you noticed, but some of the refills are included in the 2025-2027 in color sale. This one is not, but the refill kits are available for this one. Okay, there we go. Let's so the first thing we need to do is find the stamp that they're looking at, and it looks like this one here. And how many of you are a Secret C fan? I really love it. I didn't at the convention when I saw it. I was like, oh, that's so dark that it almost looks black. I didn't really see the point, but now that I've used it a lot, I really do like it. Okay, so I'm inking it up. And it looks like we go this way here. I'll try and make it straight by lining this up a little bit, okay. I didn't get that very good. That's okay, I'll color that in. And then I'm gonna wipe it off. Because I want to put the you are loved. I might put something else in there. I'm going to put forever your friend. Only because I don't know who I'm going to send for you are loved to. But that's what you're supposed to use. Okay, let's see. I did better on that one. Okay, let's try the flower again, and now we're going the other direction. So we're going this direction. Got a little bit of a smear here. This is kind of neat. I mean, I almost never put like, I would put the sentiment, but almost never like the flowers or whatever in there. So I really like that. I'm going to see if I can find a marker that goes with, that I can color that in. I don't have a Secret C Stampin' Right markers, which reminds me, remember, the Stampin' Right markers are going away. So once they sell out, they're out. So if you wanted to get the Stampin' Right markers, like for the Secret C, this is what I would use the Stampin' Right markers for. Get them now. But I've got this tri-blend, and it is True Blue Shades. I'm just gonna kind of dot around in here. It's not exactly the same color, but it colors in all those spots that I'm not happy with. But I'm not coloring, like I'm not, you know, going around and around like this, because I feel like that does make it look colored in and not stamped. So, okay. That's not too bad. Okay, now what are we doing? Okay, now we have to stamp on the front. So on here, and we need to use this little, like I said, they're kind of a fleur-de-lis. They're not really a fleur-de-lis, but I don't know what else to call this. And it looks like you do one here, one there, one there, one there. I know a lot of it's covered up here with this, so really only the edges need to be well, but because I was going to say it looks like they overlap here, which doesn't look that great, but it's going to be covered up, so I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so this one, we're going to start here. Nice. Okay, and then I'm going to do the one right above it. And if you can see, they kind of nest together. Can you see how, I mean, that actually looks very seamless, right? And then I'm going to do the right side. Okay, and it overlaps a little bit. So basically, the second row, I don't know. again, that part's going to be covered up. That's how they have us do it here. That's how it is. And then they actually have a space between these two rows, so I'm going to do it like that. Okay. If you just hopped on, I talked about next month's kit, which is called Fall for Toile. It's a very fall themed, kind of brown colors, and it goes with a collection that's in the new catalog that's being released on the 3rd. Okay, so now we need to stamp thank you onto that little piece there. So this one here. Let me find the thank you. There we go. I like this thank you. I like how it's the font of it. And the size is nice. You really can't have too many thank yous. And I'm going to be using a lot for my... I just posted my fall virtual crop. I try to have one every quarter. I announced my fall one. It's, I think, September 27th. I really wanted to have, I started making my graphic in that, and I wanted to make it Croptoberfest instead of Oktoberfest, Croptoberfest. But there was absolutely no weekend in October that I could do it, so I'm just calling it a fall virtual crop. Not very exciting title, but anyway, I need a lot of thank you cards for that. So, okay. So now all we need to do is put on the this using the dimensionals. Remember, they gave us these dimensionals. And they even show you on the directions like where to put the dimensionals. Here they have us put one on each corner and then one in the middle. So, I mean, I would do a lot more than that, but I generally follow what they say in the instructions. So, like, I would probably put some here. Yes, sign up. I do have a make and take. So if you sign up and mark going on the event, on the Facebook event, I will send you the supplies for the make and take. Okay, where did my thank you go? Here it is. Now for this one, you only put 2 of the dots on the very left side, because this is already popped up, so you want you don't want to put more dots, more dimensionals, because if you do, then this side would be 2 layers of dimensionals, while this side is only 1. So we're only going to put dimensionals here. And then it doesn't have us do this, but I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive to have it stick onto that die cut. There we go. And there you have it. I love it. I love this. So pretty. So what do you think of that first one? I really love the teapot and the flowers on the shelf. And I just looked it up. The virtual crop is September 27th, and there's the link for it. Oh, you're going to be gone. It doesn't start till 1. I already have a make and take cut out for you, Vicki, because I was testing if I could fit it in the envelope, and I made one that I thought you would like. Maybe I'll bring it with me this weekend. Yeah, I like the images stamped on the inside too. And I never do that. I just usually do a sentiment. So I'm going to try and remember to do that more. Also, some people have a rule, no naked envelopes. And I know that doesn't apply to this one because they are, you know, they have a design on them. But I don't do that very much either. Like I should stamp an image on the envelope or do something to make a cute little envelope. So, okay. Oh, this one's got the same thing on the inside. Let's do card 2. Okay, we need to do the same thing. And this one says, good friends are hard to find. I'm so glad we found each other. So, let's find that one. That's this card base. Okay. And I'm going to start with a sentiment this time. Let's see if we like that better. Thank you for your constant friendship. No. I think it's this one here. Yeah, good friend. Here we go. Good friends. Ah. Well, truthfully, there was very few days available. That was like the only weekend that I had to do it. I mean, normally we crop every other weekend with friends. You know, I have a crop with friends every other weekend, so that kind of cuts half the weekends off. And then I'm going to a conference mid-October. And then the Mall of America later October. And I can't remember if that is that one of the weekends of our regular crop, or is it an off weekend? I think it's an off weekend. So I think that takes up almost every weekend in October. Okay, now back to the flowers. Let's see if I can do a little better with the flowers here. Good friends are hard to find. I'm so glad we found each other. That is such a nice sentiment. Oh, look at that. I did much better this time with that. I think, you know, the first time you use a stamp also, it's got that coating on it, so it doesn't always stamp the nicest. So I'm blaming it on that. Okay. There we go. So yeah, MOA is an off weekend. That's what I thought. And then November, my niece is getting married. I'll be there. It's busy. Busy, busy. Although, you know, it's better than sitting around and being bored, I guess, right? Okay, now this one, we're doing the fleur-de-lis things again, but it looks kind of strange. Like we are stamping right over this image here. Okay, but you're supposed to, because we are going to cover it up with a 3D image of that. So don't worry, it will be covered. I also don't do things like this, make just little, let me see, wait, they must do it twice. Yeah, it looks like they do it twice. It doesn't go all the way across. I don't make like little doodad stamps around my cards, like behind images or whatever. I need to do that more. Kind of like, not really background stamps, but you know, just some decorative, like sprinkling stamps. Okay, there we go. Nice. Hey Jeannie, thanks for joining. How are your nails? What color did you get? Okay, and then it says, for you, on the little, let's see, on this looks like a darker color, but I think it's this here. Okay, and when you do this, put the hole, I guess I want to punch that out. The hole goes to the right. So make sure when you stamp for you. Oh, you got a French manicure? Yeah, I guess you usually do that. You don't get the colors like Mom. Okay, for you. Okay. Now this part, oh, there is I was like, what? It makes it look like there's a string there. Oh, okay, but it's a die cut. I was like, I don't remember seeing there's a rope like that. Okay, we've got that. One of these. One of these. And then one of these. And one of these. Okay. So what does it have us do? On these, we put two dimensionals on each of those. Gotta find my dimensionals now. I feel like I just had the dimensionals. Oh, here they are. They're covered up by my bone folder. Okay, so these, you put one dimensional on each of the flowers. And then this one, they put 3. That surprises me. That's more than I would put on, and I normally put on more than anybody in the world. Okay. And then there's one on this one on the opposite side from the hole. And then this one has 5 on the back of this. Okay, and now we need to tie a bow with the string. I think you just make a, it says 12 inches, so let's cut it 12 inches. Gotta find out where the end of it is. Wow, I really don't see the end of. I don't see it tucked in, and I'm usually pretty good because I do sew and having to find the end of the thread on the spool. I don't really want to take all this off, but there's some tape here, but it's underneath. This looks like it might be crossed over. No. Goodness gracious. I've never had this much difficulty. Ah, there we go. I found it. I found it. I found it. There. Woo. Okay, 12 inches. I'm going to use my Versamat to cut it. I do love that they usually give measurements, and if you notice, there is a ruler here, so you don't even need to bring, you don't even need to have a ruler. So that's also something nice. I'm going to stick this through here. Trying to see what, yeah, I don't know. Does it have you tie it on here? Okay, I'm gonna, it's not very clear if you're just supposed to make a bow and then put it on there, except there's no glue dot, so that's why I'm thinking we need to actually tie the bow onto this thing here. Okay. Okay, get it how you like it, and then tie the bow. Bows are one of my kryptonites. I always see these videos of like easy way to make bows, and I need to really pay more attention to those because I don't do very good, but as you can see. Okay, it's not too bad. Okay, we'll trim that in a little bit, but you need one-dimensional. It says to take one of these mini dimensionals and cut it in half. And put on the back of here. So this is going to stick up even more than this. Okay, and I might actually put another one on there. because I feel like the center's going to sag. So I'm going to cut another one. This is, I'm adding this. But I feel that that center will sag too much if we do. If we don't put one. So I'm going to put one on either side of the bow. It might be because it's really, really thin. Even cutting it in half, it's pretty small. Okay, so let's put the bag down first. And see, now you can see where we cover that, where it crossed over there. Okay, and then these ones go over, they're already printed pieces like this, so maybe. Actually, I think it's these. Let me look at these ones. These ones go, I think these ones are going to go here. What's this one? Okay, that's the one that goes there. So these ones go like this. Okay, that one's going to go there. It just makes the bag look fuller. That one's going to go there. And this is going to go here. And then take these, the backing off of these. And, okay, and then these ones here that I put on, I'm going to try and kind of smash it, the corner. Try and make it skinnier so it fits right on that thin part. If they stick out, then you can see them. You don't have to put these on here. Like I said, that was just my doing. But I think, oops. I think I'm going to be happier with it on there. Okay. Okay, now let's put this on. And then I'll trim the bow. How cute. I don't think you can really see, I mean, you can kind of see this one here, but tuck it under a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then I will cut these. Okay, there we go. Card number 2. What do you think? Card number 2. Okay, card 1 and card 2. I love these. The colors on these are so nice. It's got Calypso coral. I think that's Pool Party. Let's see. Yeah, Pool Party. Oh, Lost Lagoon. This is Lost Lagoon. Pecan Pie. And then the Secret Sea, which is what we stamped. Darling Duckling is the yellow. Gray Granite. I guess that might be this here. And yeah, so that's all of them. Okay, 2 cards. Very cute. And now the last one, which I thought was going to be my favorite, but I like that bag one pretty much, is this one. So we use this card, and we need to kind of put a couple of these together. It says to say thank you, because the front is going to say just a note. Okay, so to say thank you. And we used the thank you already. Maybe I should make a bunch of thank you cards for Maddie Jean and give it to her at the shower. These are really cute. Okay, let's see. And now this one goes landscape. So we're going to stamp in the landscape position. So I've got these on here lined up like I like them. And then we are going to do the same thing and stamp the flowers above and below. So I'm going to stamp this more in the center than I would normally. Okay. I just called to say thank you. Okay, now the flowers. Okay, and now this one goes this way. Is anybody crafting along with me? How are you doing? Am I going too fast, too slow? We're almost done though. Okay, now this one goes this way. Getting much better at these flowers for the last card there. Okay, now let's see, what do we need to do next? Oh, we got to stamp these fleur-de-lis right across the middle. They like to do that, don't they? Oh, and that's the only use of the twine. I mean, for the 3 cards. I'm only making 1 of each. The kit does come with enough supplies to make 3 of each. You're cleaning and unloading the dishwasher? Good. Hey, what time do you get off work tomorrow? What time should I be there? I think I'm going to try and go up the river for some nice views. Oh, it's a little bit too early for the fall foliage. Okay. I'm going to put it right here. And then, ooh. And again, we're going to be covering this up with a die cut. So they have you overlapping in the middle. And only having like this much go over the edge on this side too. So like 4 columns on that side. Okay, I'll plan to be there around 5 or, you know, dinner time-ish. Okay, so I did that, and now I need to stamp just a note. Oh, I know, that's a paper. I wondered what this was, but I think this is supposed to be like a typewriter paper. That's cute. Just a Note. Where is the Just a Note? Here we go. This is a really nice sentiment with some nice little, cute little phrases. And then it looks like it's kind of near the top. For some reason, this reminds me of Murder, She Wrote. In the opening scenes of Murder, She Wrote, wasn't she typing on a typewriter? I don't know why in the world this would remind me of Murder, She Wrote, but it does. I haven't seen Murder, She Wrote in years. Okay, I think that's all the stamping. So pretty good. Now we just need to put the dimensionals on here. So 2. We only have 2. Okay. And then we need the typewriter. And then the rest of the flowers from that. So this one gets 2. Okay, yeah, you want to make sure you stamp on the top, toward the top, because it looks like, see, there's a little slot in here. So I think we're going to thread this through. Yeah, so you want to make sure you stamp near the top. Okay. Okay, Diana, she is typing. Okay, good. And not only was she typing, but I think she has a paper in there that you can see the words on the paper. Kind of reminded me of that. Okay, and all we need to do is put these down. Okay, let's take the backings off of these dimensionals. Okay, stick this in here. And then try and line it up. Cute. Okay. And then we just need to do the flowers. Oh, and it does show you on here to stick the Just a Note inside there. So it does direct you to do that. Okay, these two, it looks like they're having it go over here like this. And then this one, am I back? Am I back? Am I back now? Let me know if you're here. I don't know, the Wi-Fi seemed to went out on my phone or the internet. From what I can see, I'm back. Okay, good. Sorry about that. I don't know what's up. Okay, so here's the 3. Like I said, the refill is available. The last month was, what was the last month? Let me see. Oh, the last month was the strawberries. Okay, the strawberry refill kit is available and it is on sale with the in color sale. And then the in color sale only goes on through the end of the month. So if you wanted to get that refill kit while it's on sale, you have to do it before Sunday. I've got a lot going on coming up. I have on Sunday I have a video dropping. I've got my, it's a scrapbook layout, it's a sketch. Here's the layout. So this video on how to make this layout is on Sunday. And I use the Tractor, it's called Tractor & Co. bundle, but you can do the same layout with basically whatever suite you want to. And I have the sketch on my blog, so you can follow along. I've got the cutting guide and everything for the base page. So this is dropping on Sunday. That's for the state fair. And then I have a video coming out in September for the YouTube hop. This is the card I made for that. So it's the blackout embossing folder technique. So that's this card. So I'll show you how to make this in my next video. So that's what's coming up. And then the virtual crop on September 27th. Sign up for that. Also, keep your eye out. National Card Making Day is October 3rd. And when the new catalog is released on September 3rd, they're also releasing the kit for National Card Making Day. So if you're looking through the catalog, don't forget that the National Card Making Day isn't in the catalog, but it's available that same day. So yeah, Diana, I love this. This is an embossing folder that I colored in. I colored in the flowers, and then I did the blackout technique with the swiping the ink over it. And actually, this is Secret C over it. And see, this is Secret C. I told you I was starting to really love the Secret C. It looks black, but it's not. So this is an embossing folder, so I really love it. Okay, and then I do have a catalog walkthrough. I did change the date of the catalog walkthrough from Wednesday to Tuesday. I was going to do it the night that the catalog is released, but I'm going to do it the night before the catalog is released, so you can have seen everything, and then if you want to get a jump on ordering, you can do that. Plus, I had a quilt guild meeting on Wednesday night that I forgot because it wasn't on my calendar, and I've missed the last two because I've been traveling, and I'm the photographer, so I hate to miss another quilt guild meeting. So okay, normally I would do a scrapbook layout. I'm not going to do one tonight, mainly because there's not that much to work with here, right? Normally I use like the card bases as my paper for my layout, and these are just all white. So I just don't think I can make a scrapbook layout with these. So I'm not going to make a scrapbook layout tonight. But hopefully I think next month I'll be able to, based on what I've seen of the kit. But we'll see. Okay, any questions? There is a link to the event for the, I think the catalog walkthrough. So if you want to see that. Okay. Okay, I will see you guys on Sunday. I will, I did record the video of making the scrapbook layout. That will go live at 7 p.m. But Vicki and I will check in from the state fair right before the video goes live from Tractor Hill, Machinery Hill. We're going to be in front of some tractors there. And I'm hoping that I can pick a winner for the sketch challenge for the month. I'm not going to bring my iPad. I think I'm just going to write names on little pieces of paper and draw them. Okay. And it shouldn't be too hard because right now I've only seen two people post artwork for the sketch challenge. So, okay. Well, I will see you guys on Sunday from the fair. Talk to you later. Bye.